Hi everyone. It is the 8th Wednesday of the year? Question mark. It's the 7th episode of Manic Monday, so I think it is the 8th Wednesday of the year. I'm gonna take these off. I didn't stream for very long today, not as long as I wanted to. I spent an hour and a half researching, and I only got 2 articles read. Now, that's not necessarily a terrible thing, but that is 45 minutes spent on each article. Part of it was that I just have disorganized thoughts right now. Kind of just a lot that I'm wanting to do, a lot that's on my brain. I'm thinking about just stuff that's happened in the past, stuff that might happen in the future, and none of it is under my control or anything I can do anything about, so yay! I'm kind of just trying to be okay with that and also get what I can done. It's not been the best time, but it has been a time. Another part of the reason why I wasn't able to get so much done today is because my cat has been an absolute menace. If you go back and you look at the stream, you'll see me regularly either get up or hold her or put her on the dresser here. I at one point went and found our spare scratching post and put it up here, and that entertained her for 5 minutes, maybe. I thought that she would be content with it. She was not. She instead proceeded to put her claws back in my side. If she wanted playtime, or at least I thought that she wanted playtime, she might play with her toy for a little bit and then just stop. So between the disorganized thoughts and my cat, I did not get much done today. If that's okay, that's still 3 Palmos worked. That's still 75 minutes of time set aside today to try to do something. And that's kind of the point of it, is yeah, I failed, so to speak, but I also did the work. You know, it's a leading versus lagging metric. Even though the lagging metric wasn't so successful, I did still do the leading part of 75 minutes worth of time. So, swim lanes, I did learn about those. It is not swim lines, so the title that I made last video, I will probably need to change or just allow it to be a wrong thing. I'll just allow it to be a wrong thing, honestly. Yeah. So swim lanes, are just exactly what I thought that they were. They were just horizontal ways of organizing. So you've got the columns to doing, I think review was another column that I saw at one point, which honestly I like. I think review, and then done. And then you can have swim lines for priority of tasks, or if you've got a front-end task and a set of front-end stuff, or I think in our case we'll probably just bundle front-end and back-end together and just say web dev stuff. So let's say you've got that, and that is its own swim lane, so that way the full stack team can see all of that on their own, and then me and my other data scientist, my other machine learning engineer, we would have our own recommender swim lane. So, long and short of swim lanes. Oh, roadmaps. I talked about roadmaps last week, and I covered this towards the end of the stream. So roadmaps are a part of project management. They're just not a style of project management, I think. The article that I found talking about roadmaps in relation to project management put them under the agile setup. I also didn't quite get to the point of seeing any visual representation of a roadmap. And I had just started to look up an example from one of the content creators that I have heard of. And that Google search just hit when the timer went off for that last Pomo. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna sit here for 5 minutes and see, and at the end of 5 minutes, I didn't want to do another one. So, hour and a half, that's 3 Pomos, which means 3 treats. And I am going to take these treats. Even though the lagging metric was not that great, the leading metric was, and I did my damnedest. So, Boba candy. We're doing one of those. I'm excited about that. Quite honestly, that was like the only thing I have thought of so far. We'll do another one of these hard candies. I think they're nice. I think they're nifty. So there's that. And I don't think I have a Ramune Haichu in here, or a Ramune Pachao, and I do actually. So I'm gonna treat myself to that, because that's my fave. Yeah, I think that covers all of, sorry, let me finish that I'm using here. I think that covers all of what I studied today. What I'm planning on doing next week, I reached out to my other data science engineer, and his life has gotten pretty busy out of nowhere all of a sudden. And by out of nowhere all of a sudden, I do actually mean in the last couple of weeks, so I don't feel so bad for not knowing about it. But he might not be able to meet with me super quick, so next week, I was talking about doing databricks next week at the end of the stream, which still might not be a bad plan because we do need to do that. I also could look into eigenvectors again, which sound big and scary, but really it's just a way of taking big, massive, multi-dimensional data and making it smaller dimensional data, right? God, what is the name for that? See, we were dealing with vectors of varying sizes, so we were going to change the vectors to be... It's not vector compression, but that's what I think that it's called. I can't remember. It's been like 8 years since I've touched this stuff, so like I'm giving myself some grace for that. But that might be something that I do next week, or I might just sit down with some Python tutorials. We will see. Plenty of options, but the best choice is to make a choice. You guys should make a choice today. Eat a veggie, drink some water, go for a walk if the weather permits, and I will see you on Wednesday for the stream and next week for another episode of Manic Monday. Bye!